Spider's Web, and in this video we're going to be carrying on with our little undead Warden King Choppy. Now all I have to do is just get my little head piece on so I can see more detail what I'm doing. And there we are. Now we have all his little raggedy clothing on, and all his withered, dried up husk of flesh that we can see. But what we need to do now is just get on with highlighting, and then he's finished. Doesn't take long to do. So what we're going to do first of all, what I really should have done first of all, is clean up my water pot, because I've been doing some of the painting. As you can see as well, I've also painted the base black, just to save a little bit of time later, that's all. Now, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to take a little bit of our our Screaming Skull. This is the one I like to use for what should we call it? Lightning colours, shall we say. So we'll take a little bit of our Screaming Skull and pop it on our palette. We'll put a little bit to one side here. We'll take some of this reddish colour and put it in there like so. And that has lightened up enough that we can now use that as a highlight colour. So what I need to do is get our brush, a little bit of water on the brush, and this brush we're using a detail brush. You can't really tell, but that's what we are using. And for this we're going over creases, fingertips, and any other area that is raised. Adding a little bit more of this colour too. When I say a little bit more of this colour, I meant the Screaming Skull. We'll be adding a little bit more Screaming Skull into the mix in a second. For the simple reason being, we want to highlight just a touch more of this, just to pick out finer details. In the whole thing. Right. And again we start off with itchy nose syndrome. And then that I can class as being that for the time being. We're also going to go over the belt here. I really need to get to Games Workshop tomorrow and get some more wash. I'm also going to go over the hair and the beard to give it a more faded red colour. Right. Now I'm going to add a little bit of Is that still usable? Just about. Can't remember what I put in for that, never mind. Doesn't matter. The one that's going to be for is just a little bit down here. In fact, it's not going to be used for anything because it's not terribly good pigment ratio in this. So, what did I use? I can't remember. Let's just use a little bit of rat skin flesh, shall we? And pop that. And we'll use that as the highlight colour for this. It might work a little better. In fact, it's not too bad actually. Sometimes just picking a random colour that you think might work will work. We don't want too much of this, it's just to bring out a little bit of the detail that is all we're looking for. And we'll just add a touch of this here and there to some, not all, but some of the hair, beard and moustache areas. Don't put any in there. That's that. Now we'll add a little bit more of the Screaming Skull into the mix that we did earlier. And this is going to go on the very highlights. And the knuckles. Just a quick spot here and there. That's all we're doing for this. And the same here. There we go. That's that. I think what I'm going to do now is just go over the rest of the soft clothing area that we did with the Reichland Flash Shade, again with another coat of Reichland Flash Shade. And they should just deepen the colours into the shadows. That's all this is for. What you could do as well, if you so wanted to do, is mix a little bit of this with just a spot. Well, mix this with a spot of the Null Nile. Yep. And there we have it. That's that done. I don't think we really need to do much else to this. We don't need to highlight the skin terribly much because of the fact that it's a wash, so it's all built into the shadows, but we are going to do a little bit, and I just mean a little bit. But first I want to find my, there it is, got it. My iron breaker. So just a little spot just for one area, which will be here. And that's that. And next we're going to get our, what colour shall we use? How about a little bit of, not that one, Hashut Copper, which is this colour, and we're going to use that for the Autumn Scene Detail brush. We don't want that one. I'm looking for my smaller dry brush. There we are. It was right under my nose all the time. Well, it was right under my palette all the time. Just give that a bit of a wash. I'm not going to be using them for a while. I cover them with the Masters Brush Restorer and Cleaner. Well, Preserver and Cleaner, not Restorer. So I just need to make sure I've got a dry brush, and then go into this and just give the outside edge and a little bit on the inside a bit of a touch up with this, just to make it a little brighter. I just remember there is somewhere else that needs doing with the whatchamacallits, the iron breaker. I'm going to go back and do that now, making sure my brush is completely dry. Give the iron breaker a shake. Here we go, and the head of the hammer. Yep. Doesn't really need much there, but we'll need some, just a little bit down there. And there we have, in fact I'm going to go over the tip of the crown, like so. And there we have our cape. All that needs now is going over with our usual colours. I have got a new pot of the Fang as well, so I'll be using that now to go over the base. I've got to change brushes. I'm going to go over to my large dry brush for this. Pop that to one side. I'm going to get out my new pot of the Fang. Ta-da! It's a lovely bluey grey colour. Quick. And get some on our brush. And we'll just. It's not a proper dry brush. This. We are wanting to get colour onto the onto the base. Like so. And then after this, it's just Dawnstone followed by Administratum Grey. Then we can finish him off. So there we have it. That is our Dwarf King. You can see sometimes it just doesn't need to have much in the line of stuff to do, but I do want to do one more little touch with this just to close it off, and that is using a little bit of Ulfman Grey. I'm just going to highlight the face a little bit with this. We're not using a lot of paint with this. In fact, I'm going to put some on the palette. It's going to be easier to do. So because it's a very craggy looking face and with a lot of creases and things, it looks good. Enough to just highlight just that little bit more. And the same with the arms. A little bit on the knees. It doesn't take much. And so it's just a, what do we call it? There's not much else there, not much to it. It's just a case of brightening up some areas that needed to be done. But that's it for the Undead Dwarf King. In fact, I can do a little bit here with the Ulfman Grey, just on these bandagey things, because I've just noticed I've gone over. I've hit them with a little bit of blue. I'm just going to go over a little spot here and there with this to hide the blue that I've caught it with. I don't want it to be a dry brush, but I don't want it to cover everything. Yeah. And that's that. Right. He's now finished. I can go on and touch up here and there all day long. I'm not going to. That's it. All I need to do now, as I say, just different levels of grey to go on the base. And that's it. In fact, what the hell, while I'm here, I might as well get on with it. Dawnstone. Dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum. A little bit on the brush. We wanted a bit of a drier brush than the previous one, because we want some of the dawnstone to show through. Not the dawnstone, the fangs to show through. And there's not much of this dawnstone left, so I'm just taking little bits that's left in the lid and using that. As you can see, there's a slight difference now to the colour, and next we have the paler colour to go on, which is the Administratum Grey. And we will... I've got some colours to stock up on. Put some on the brush, take it off, wipe it off, and then there we go. And that's the base done. That's the base done, that's the model done. I'm saying that's the base done. It's done to a point. What I'm going to be doing next is giving it a wash with Null Oil. And then when it's had the wash with Null Oil and that's all dried, I'll have to varnish it, and then, well, when I say varnish, give it a spray of Purity Seal. Give it a bit of a highlight with white. I might use Ultimate Group. No, I've been using white all along, so I'll carry on using white. I'll give it an extreme dry brush with white, and then once it's been ooged all over with Purity Seal, I'll put some splatters of blood on with Blood for the Blood God. The ones that I've done previously, where are they? Here we are. Let's dig one out to show you something. Now, here we have a skeleton, and as you can see, the blood for the Blood God, it's gone all matted. It looks all really matte. There's no shine to it now, and that's because I decided in my infinite stupidity to put that on and then give it a go over with the Purity Seal. So what I'm going to have to do now is using Blood for the Blood God, getting some of that on the brush, and then going over again in the middle areas, and then once that dries, it will add that shine to make it look like fresh blood. And I'll be doing that with each of the minis, but obviously not the ones I'm going to carry on with, but the ones I've already done. So that's it for this video. And here's a fella again. You know, strangely enough, sometimes the simplest ways of doing things quite often give quite a very pleasing effect. And I hope you think that it's done so here. But the washes on undead minis really do work. So that's it from me for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Next time when we come back, we will be doing Little Miss Elf here. So join me then, why don't you? Until then, as always, take care, God bless, and bye for now.